guys, this is going to be a little different this week, and I'm so excited for you to join. Again, it's Wednesday. It's Let's Eat with Abby every Wednesday at noon. I like to bring you different guests to talk about all things dental, but I know it's lunchtime, so I know you want to go ahead and eat yourself. But you know, when I talk about eat, I mean educate, automate, and target. Well, you guys, this week is going to be a little bit different, like I said, because I think what I talked with Lacey Phillips a few months ago was gold, and it's so relevant to today. So I want to throw back to an old video and share that with you guys in case you missed out. This is really talking about the patient's experience and understanding every touch point they have with your practice is what they're experiencing with your practice, whether they're inside the office or whether it's digital online. So I'm going to share this with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. And join me next Wednesday for Let's Eat with Abby for some more content. I'll see you guys soon. Enjoy. Hey everyone, it's Abby here with High Five Practice, and I'm excited to bring you another segment, another week of Let's Eat with Abby. Just to remind you guys, every Wednesday at noon, you are going to take the time to eat with me, and I will have special guests. This week, I have Lacey Phillips.
Well, I was listening to that music. I was kind of like, oh, we're going clubbing. We're going clubbing.
It gets you in the mood, you know? Like, it's like, oh, yeah.
Definitely. That's good. That's good intro music. I like it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, try to keep it hip, you know? Try to keep it cool.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so Lacey, thank you so much for joining me. If you want to, let's go ahead and just tell a little bit about yourself for people that are crazy not to know you yet. Go ahead and, tell us a little bit about yourself in Practice Dynamics.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. I love partnering with High Five. It's absolutely one of my top 3 companies. I love working with you guys. So thanks for inviting me. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Lacey Phillips. I'm a co-founder with Practice Dynamics. We are a consulting coaching group around the United States. We have coaches that go out and work with dentists and their teams. We help them become more effective and efficient using systems, teams, and technology. I also am a speaker. I speak all over the United States. I miss speaking from the stage. I am so excited to leave tomorrow and fly out to Florida and get on a stage and speak. So excited.
That's awesome. I know it's nice to finally have things starting opening up and just actually get the whole dental world reunited, virtual just
yes.
Isn't the same.
Yes, absolutely. There's a time and a place for virtual and things being recorded and being able to sit at home in your pajamas. But I got to tell you, I miss the human interaction. I miss going and chatting and finding out what's going on in offices and what's working and what's not working. So I'm ready to get back.
Absolutely. And just hearing about everybody, what they went through and hearing about how we, overcame all obstacles in the dental world. I just think it's such a proud thing. And to, everybody be able to reunite and tell their stories and their experiences is really, it's time. It's about time,
It's time. It is time.
Well, Lacey, why I have you on is because I always love you talk about the patient's experience or the practice experience through the patient's eyes. And I think this is always a great topic to bring perspective because a lot of practices really don't know or they're not thinking about it that way, right? They're not thinking about how the patient is actually experiencing that journey with the practice and how they're able to all these touch points, what they're actually uncovering with the practice to keep them loyal, to keep them there. And then when the patient doesn't come back, it's confusion. It's like, why? I thought I did great and everything was awesome, but there's a lot of stuff that could be happening on the back end that they're not really aware of, right?
Absolutely.
So when you say you're speaking at dental events all over the States, you break down this topic. And you talk about this experience. So give us a little bit of insight of what you're talking about when you're speaking all over, as specifically about the patient's journey with practices.
I think even before COVID, patients look at our practices a little bit differently. I mean, it is healthcare. They're going in, but it's not like just a medical consult, right? Dental is so much different because it's so much more evasive. Like somebody's all up in your grill, somebody's in your face, somebody's in your very private area here. It's uncomfortable already. And so I think the scrutiny, even before COVID hit us, was there. Now we've been through COVID, I think it's so much more. Patients are looking at every single aspect of our practice. They're looking at safety concerns. They're looking at how clean is the practice. They're looking at how does the team interact with us. Are you going above and beyond to make me not only feel comfortable, but make me want to come to your practice and certainly want to refer family and friends to your practice. And what we find is anytime you're in one space for a long period of time, be it your house, your office, your car, you stop seeing things, because you see it all the time. And so you stop kind of looking at it. It becomes no big deal. But when we really take and we look at our practice through the patient's eyes, what do they see? What are they looking at? What are they looking for? Then we start to see our practice in an entirely different view, because it's not really about us. It's about the patient. It's about their view. It's about their perspective. And so it's really taking a step back and looking at things through a completely different set of eyes.
Absolutely. It's so true. I mean, we do this in our own careers too. You're completely, you live and breathe what you do. So for dentists, you're living and breathing your clinical care, you're living and breathing your processes. And so to you, it's like, it's really easy to get lost and say, oh, they don't know that we do that, right? Like, oh, you don't know that that's part of our because you're doing it all the time. You know it so well. It's hard to say, like, no, they don't realize that you want to book your appointment during the appointment, or that there's a reason that you're putting these steps into place as far as your own processes. So I think that's so insane. Take a step back, really appreciate, like, what are you experiencing?
Well, not only what are you experiencing as far as the treatment, but it's almost a physical aesthetic thing at all. Think about it. Most of the time in a dental practice, we have a place specifically where the team parks. Okay. And it's usually in the back of the building or on the side of the building, or we have our own parking. Think about how the patient comes to the practice, how they enter into the parking lot. What does the parking lot look like? Is it clearly marked? Are there handicap places? Like, am I going to fall in a hole in the parking lot? And then walking up to the front door, are there cobwebs? Are there leaves from last fall that haven't been cleaned up? Can you even see our sign? So it's also that physical aspect that we don't think about because we know how to get to work. We've been going there for a long time. We know where we park. We go through the back door, and we don't think about it because everybody else is like, oh, they're going to come through the front door. We don't mind if we have this little messy area because nobody's going to see it. What we're not doing is walking through the front door, standing even so when a patient comes in to say, hi, I'm here, what are they looking at? Are they looking at a desk that's cluttered? Do they see food? Do they see phones out? Is there paper everywhere? So you have to literally walk through your practice like a patient would for the first, second, 30th time and see what the patient sees.
Ooh. How often do you think people should do that? How often do you think practices should take a step back and actually think of that? I mean, all the time, obviously, we want to say that, but...
Right. No, it's funny that you asked that because there are those offices that have never done this. So just for an example, we were in Kansas a couple of weeks ago, and Bonnie and I were doing a discovery workshop. And Bonnie and I saw it immediately. As soon as we walked in, We saw, where you say, hi, I'm here. Obviously, around the corner was where you're going to give us your money. And what was cool about this, when you walked in, there was a huge mission statement, their mission statement in vinyl on the wall behind your business team. And it looked phenomenal. It looked great. What they didn't think about was the gal who's asking for your money. She had a gorgeous picture of a male model, but he's shirtless, right? And he's kind of over by her computer, and she's got all this insurance information. And then as you're also standing at her position and looking, the surgical assistant, her office is right there where she works. And literally, I bet there was 15 reams of paper in her office. Like, there's just paper everywhere. And she had a whiteboard with patient information on it. And like, she didn't think about it because it's her office. But what she didn't realize is her office is a window, like it's a huge window. So the patient standing, talking to the business team is looking directly at her. Well, rather than me tell them that, we just went for a tour. I said, okay, I want everybody to come out to the reception area, look around the reception area. Now I want you guys to divide up. Half of you are going to stand where the patient says, hi, I'm here. The other half of you are going to stand where we're going to ask you for your money. Just start telling me, what do you see? What do you see? So, they're just saying the nice things first. Pretty soon they're like, oh, Ramona, your office is ridiculously messy. Oh my God, look at your office. And she walked over there and she said, oh, I never thought about it like this. Right. So that discovery coming from your team rather than being told, that's a whole different ballgame as well, because you're seeing it through the patient's eyes, right?
Right. Oh, I love that. Like, just actually take a step back. And you're so right too. People, you walk in your back door, you park, you're so used to it. Even directions. I mean, we always talk about the digital experience online, right? So you're thinking about getting to the office. Have you typed in your address into Google or Apple Maps or Waze?
Absolutely.
You get there, right? Because nothing, I don't know, previously I would move like every year, right? Like, I'm renting and all that stuff before I bought. And so anytime I'd have to get to the office, I was like, okay, I knew how to get there from that old place, but now do I still? And that's the same with patients, right? They move, they might have known how to get there, but now they're using maps. You better get them there smoothly. And to your point, if they get there, don't have potholes, make sure the lines are aligned. That's little details could make or break the the appointment, which is crazy. Like, these are all small elements that build up to a bigger experience for the patient. And if you're frustrated every time, it could be bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me give you another example. We have a practice who just purchased another practice. Okay. And they haven't changed the name on the practice yet. They've contacted all of their referring dentists. They've sent out letters to the patients. Hey, we've purchased this practice in addition to, you can come to either one. So I'm visiting the brand new location, and I'm just sitting in the reception area, just kind of hanging out like a patient would. And this mom and her son comes in, and she's flabbergasted, she's a little, and she said, I'm wondering if you can help me. I'm looking for so-and-so office. And the business team member said, you're here. And she goes, oh, but everywhere else it says that I'm at Dr. Smith's office, like everywhere else. And she goes, yeah, I'm sorry, we haven't changed the signage. So, okay, literally the purchase took place 30 days ago. I get it. But here's what we have to do outside of that, right? We need those videos. Micro videos are my favorite thing. If you've ever had one conversation with me at all, micro videos are my favorite thing in the entire world. Or we need to send a great text message or an email to every single patient who has an appointment every single day and say, hey, you're coming to this location. It's going to say Dr. Smith's office, but it really is our location. Please feel free to call us if you have any questions at all. And back to the micro video. How great would it be if we created a video to send out to all the patients every day that said, hey, we're looking forward to see you. Don't get confused. When you pull up, it's going to have a big, huge sign that says Dr. Smith, but it's me.
Yeah.
And it's those little things. It's the little things that we have to remember for our patients that's not for us.
Absolutely. Yeah. And when you think of video too, you think of this like elaborate production. I've got to hire some, pull up your phone, just pull it out. And you're going to set the bar high just by saying, like, just by telling them, like you said, even show them the sign and be next to them. Be like, you're going to see the sign. We are getting ready to redo the sign. But in the meantime, please bear with us. We appreciate you. You are at the right place. I can't wait to see you soon.
I love that idea. I'm going to call them actually. I love the idea of the doctor actually standing outside by the sign that's not him that says, no, really, it's me. It's me.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
And even having, you're kind of walking them through the tour or whatever of having that video. It's your cell phone. Cell phones are amazing. Shoot amazing videos nowadays. Just use it. It's better than nothing. It's better than oh yeah, you're at the right place. It's sweet that you said that, but everything that poor person just went through to get there, and then the response is just oh yeah, you're here. Like you sent me multiple appointment reminders. You have a website, like you have all these platforms that you could have told me and communicated that to, but I had to find out the hard way, and I really wish you could have gone above and beyond to really make sure that I got here on time and that I had a best experience as possible with your practice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you notice a lot, like what do you commonly notice with practices when it comes to patient's experience? You talked about the front door, but what are other pain points? I love these examples. I think these really drive home that people probably just aren't thinking about. So What are some other things that you think that you commonly see are missed in practices when it comes to patients?
So the biggest thing is where the patients come into the business office and say, hi, I'm here for my appointment. So many times we keep that area clean. What we don't think about is what they're looking past me and what else are they looking at? That's a big one, right? The second one is the patient restroom. How many times do you go in the patient restroom, not just check to see, but shut the door? Are there dust bunnies behind the door? How does the bathroom look, right? And so we have to take those extra steps. Walk down like you're going to an operatory. On the way, do you see other operatories? Do you see a sterilization area? Sterilization is huge. It should be immaculate. And I understand you're going to have a dirty side and you're going to have a clean side, but your dirty side should still be immaculate, right? One of the biggest ones, top 3 for me, is where we take money. Asking somebody to give me their money is a really delicate conversation anyway. It should be private. You should be listening to hear, not listening to respond. And where we ask somebody for that money is key. If your operatories, your practice, your bathrooms, if it's messy, if it's dirty, if there's paper everywhere, and then you're going to turn around and ask me for $10,000, I'm going to be a little reluctant to give it to you. I'm going to be a little reluctant to invest my healthcare in somebody who can't take care of the practice. And it's just those little things that we forget about because, again, we see it every single day, so we forget. I was mom. I was taking my kids to our dentist, which is crazy. I used to work for him, but I took my kids to that dentist. And after their appointments, we walked up to the financial area and the gal's cell phone rang. Okay, first of all, for the phone to ring, a cell phone to ring is annoying in a business place, but she actually answered it. She answered it. Yeah. And it was her dad. She goes, hey, Dad, hey, I'm with the patient. Hold on just a minute. She didn't offer to call him back. She turned the phone upside down, and then she started to address me, and I said, nope. And I turned around and I walked out.
I mean, oh my gosh. Wow.
So there's big things and then there's the little things. The little things of, for me, when I see messiness, when I see clutter and mess, I think chaotic mind, chaotic practice, you're not focused. What kind of dentistry, what kind of healthcare are you actually providing? And I've had business team members, I've had chairside assistants say, well, I'm thirsty, and so I keep the water right under here. I can still see it. Okay. I get it. You're thirsty. Get up out of your chair. I'm thirsty too. You know what I mean? Or right. Or clean out one of your drawers. Like if you have a deep bottom drawer, clean it out where all that is. That's your purse. That's your water. That's your lotion. That's whatever you need it to be, is your own personal drawer. But those things shouldn't be out on the business desk. Same thing in the operatories. Find you a nook and cranny in the operatories where you can keep your water bottle in there, where you can have all of the things that you need in there. But these aren't the things that the patient should be seeing. The patient should be focused on the amazing healthcare that they're not receiving, or that they're receiving, not being distracted by the little things.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a reason there's break rooms. There's a reason there's those places. Take a break, take 5 minutes to yourself and stand up, get that drink of water, have them in a private place. And then that shows, little subtle movements like that shows that you're dedicated to your patient's time. You are committed to them and their health. You're there to, like you said, don't listen to just answer. You want to make sure you're actually listening and paying attention. And if you're thirsty and you see your water, you're going to be thinking about that. And it's crazy, but that's just what's going to be happening. You have to give your undivided attention. They deserve it, And how it's crazy, but it's little things like that, you can lose them. And that's
I'm telling you, it's almost the little things. It's very seldom a giant big thing. It's usually the little things.
Yeah. And that kind of goes into my next question I have for you. You basically answered it, but I want to drive home too, is why do you think patient retention is typically lost in practices? Why do you think, I think the thing with dental as a whole is new patients, right? Like you're constantly having that new patient experience. You think of the new patient, you think of their first appointment, and then after that, it's like, we got them, it's fine. But you don't, you can absolutely lose them. So why do you think it's typically lost with patient retention?
I think there's a couple of reasons. I think just the follow-up alone. So for example, that's one of the big KPIs, key performance indicators that we track at Practice Dynamics. So we look at your comprehensive oral evals, how many patients came in for that. We look at your limited evals, how many new patients came in a time period for that. But we also look at your retention. So not only did they come through the door and receive a comprehensive or an emergency, did they schedule their next appointment before they left? Like we want at least 90% of your brand new patients walking through the door receiving a comprehensive exam to leave that comprehensive exam with their next appointment. With your emergencies, we're looking at 65 to 70%. You're not going to necessarily keep every single emergency, but we want 65 to 70% of them to leave that emergency appointment with their next one, be it with the hygienist or with the doctor. So that's a big deal. I have a lot of hygienists tell me patients don't want to schedule from the chair. I completely and totally disagree with this. I think certainly you're going to get a few, but I also believe that everything is in the presentation. If your presentation is great, if you're listening to hear and solve problems, you're going to be able to make them feel comfortable scheduling that. Just short and simple, easy. Let's go ahead and get you scheduled. I noticed you're here today, Tuesday at 2:00. Let's get you scheduled 6 months on a Tuesday at 2:00. Patient says, oh, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing in 6 months at 2:00. And I say, neither do I, but if we get this on the schedule, we both know what we're doing in 6 months at 2:00. Right? So you say, I completely understand. There's so many things. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 6 months either. And that's the main reason we need to get you locked in now. If for any reason whatsoever, within 48 hours of your appointment, if you find that this isn't going to work for you, it's not a problem. We can reschedule it when it is more convenient. But let's get you on here because certainly I don't want to lose you and I want to see your face again.
Yeah. Oh, the delivery of that is perfect. And I think this is what we do in our emails too. Make it easy. Don't make them have to think about it. They don't want, if you ask them an open-ended question, what are you doing in 6 months? What day works for you? I don't know. Like I'm thinking about I have to get back to work. I have to whatever, right? But if you tell me exactly what you said, Tuesdays seem to work for you at this time. We have the 21st available in 6 months. Let's lock you in. Cool. You just made it easy. I don't have to worry about it. Same with emails. Right. There's a big button that says you need to book an appointment. There's a request an appointment button. Click it. I book it. I'm done. It's
right.
We're busy. The moment that you make someone have to overthink things or give them the opportunity to think too much about something so mundane, you're going to lose them. Make it easy and actually do or direct them on what you're talking about to make it effective.
And then the next step after that is we have to run those reports and we have to do our follow-up. One things I like to do is past, present, future. I tell people this all the time, past, present, future. So I want you to run a report in your software in the past 6 months, all of the patients that were due for a prophy periodontal maintenance that were due but did not have an appointment. You're going to start sending them out a campaign. Micro videos are my best. And we'll show you one, right, Abby? In just a minute, we're going to show you that. And then you do future or you do present. So within 45 days, how many patients are due and don't have an appointment? We're going to send them a campaign. And then you're going to go future. Any patients that are due in the next 6 months and don't have an appointment, you're sending them a campaign. And this is constantly happening. And so nobody drops off because that's why we lose people. They drop off. We're not following up. We're not paying attention. Patient's gone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, you're teasing this micro video. Should we show them one? Should we just give them a little?
Let's do this. Let's start with new patient makes an appointment. Finally, they've stalked you, right? They stalked you everything before they actually pick up that phone to call. So they've picked up the phone. They've scheduled their first appointment. How cool is it if after they schedule that appointment, they get a video from doctor saying, "Hey, thanks for scheduling. Welcome to the practice."
Absolutely. And I've got the perfect example. Let's see Dr. Simpson.
Hey, I'm Dr. Simpson of Angela L. Simpson DDS, and we would like to welcome you to our dental family. Once you arrive, you'll be greeted by our friendly staff and given a tour of the office. Then, you and I are going to sit down one-on-one so we can really get to know each other and discuss the smile you want. From there, we'll do a complete dental exam that will consist of a head and neck exam, an oral cancer screening, tooth-by-tooth analysis, and a jaw analysis. We'll also use intraoral cameras to give you a video tour of your mouth. That way, you see what we see. Then, we'll go over the results of your exam to make sure you feel confident about what's expected for your dental appointments moving forward. Communication is really important to us, so feel free to take this opportunity to discuss any of your small concerns or any anxiety. Overall, your first appointment will take about an hour to an hour and a half. If you want to help expedite your appointment, click the Download Now button to download patient forms to fill out at your convenience and be sure to bring them to your appointment. We promise to work with your busy schedule. We'll remind you about upcoming appointments through text messages and emails. If you're ever unable to make it to an appointment, please notify us 48 hours in advance so we can accommodate other patients during that time. At our practice, we want you to look and feel your best. We are so excited for you to join our dental family, and remember, if you have any questions, please give us a call at 615-778-0944.
That's an amazing first impression, is it not?
Absolutely, it is. Micro video. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point. It's doctor saying, "Welcome to our practice. Here's what you can expect." I love that they talk about electronic forms, going to the website, downloading it. She talks about if for any reason you can't make it, give us ample notice, give us plenty of notice, let us know. I have to just on a little side note, I've been to her practice. I love that. Yes, yeah. She's awesome. She is awesome. She is fabulous. But how, absolutely, that is going above and beyond. That is 100% making the patient, helping the patient feel a little bit better. You know, dentistry causes anxiety anyway. It's just the nature of the beast. However, when you start taking these extra steps, when you start going above and beyond and doing these extra things, it makes people feel more comfortable. It makes people like you before they've ever met you. It makes your patients want to refer you and say, "Hey, I have an amazing dentist and team. You should go there as well." It's the little things.
Absolutely. And a lot of times with your first appointment, you've only talked to the front or you booked an appointment online. You might not even talk to anybody on the team yet. So having something like that, I mean, yes, we've scripted that video, we edited it, it's a beautiful video, but I'm telling you, even if you do a video on your own and you do something, it's better than nothing. They get to hear from the doctor's voice. They get to make sure, you get to see the office. They know what to look for. Like we said with the sign, you could easily show the sign to give them a heads up or if you're changing anything. But it's just clear communication. You can't expect the patient to do something if you don't tell them what and how to do it. But if you download the forms, bring it to the office, little things are just like, oh, they know how to do that. They don't, and they don't think of it. They might, but they don't actually think about it as much as we are day to day because we're in it every day.
Right.
So setting up for success, that is a heck of a first experience. You're going to see your no-shows, not worry about for new patients when it comes to having videos like that. Because why wouldn't you?
So let's jump to that retention, right? We were talking a little bit about that. New patients are our goal, our key in a practice. Everybody, new patients. But we have a gold mine in our existing database. We really do. And you had asked the question of why do we lose patients? It's because we just simply they fall off. Most of the time, it's because they fall off. And so then I love this concept. You're going to cue up this video, but I love this concept of the provider, the person who actually sees the patient, sending them a video of, hey, I missed your face. It's been a while. You need to schedule. Click here and come back in and see me. I love this concept.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and show a hygienist. This is Midtown Smiles right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Brittany, one of the hygienists here at Midtown Smiles. We know that life gets super busy and adulting is hard. Sometimes you forget your car keys when you walk out the door, forget to moisturize, or even forget to floss. Luckily, we have a seat saved just for you with extra floss and paraffin wax. All you have to do is book your next cleaning so that we can take care of you. We'll work around your busy schedule so that you can leave refreshed and get back to adulting. Click the button below or give us a call or text at 615-320-3210.
That might be a new one. Have you seen that one yet?
Adulting is hard.
This is for our millennial audience, right? We want to make sure that they're the ones that no-show. They're the ones that cancel most of the time.
Oh my God, Abby, you have to send me that one. I've got to put that in my present. That is the best. That is awesome.
It's addressing the hard things straight on, right? It's making
I laughed out loud. I laughed out loud. Yeah, I like that. That's amazing. I love that one. And on the flip side of that, we have specialty practices. So we have a couple of oral surgery practices, and they have had their surgical assistant make these videos. And what happens is the day that you have your surgery in their practice, when you get home later that night, you get a text message on your phone, and it's that micro video from your surgical assistant that was in the surgery with you. They were with you the whole time, and they're just reminding you post-op instructions. Like, these are the things that you need to do. Over-the-counter pain meds, warm saltwater rinses if that's it. Whatever it is, they give that, and then they say, we care about you. Sleep well tonight. Like that's huge. I love the concept of the person that they saw today and spent all the time with. They get a video from that person. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's only nurturing that relationship. If you see the same person that you saw, that just helps so much more. I know you're talking about Dr. Serber and their team. They have 3 different oral surgeons. And so we made the same video with each doctor. Now they have 5. Yeah, they added 2 more. But they have the 3 doctors that we did it for, and we had the same script. We just did it with different doctors, so we knew that afterwards they would get that follow-up from the doctor they were with to nurture that relationship. And you talked about this a little bit earlier too, as far as referrals. It's not only the patient is going to say, oh my gosh, you have to go to this person, you won't believe what happened. But you know how easy it is for me to be like, I can explain it. Let me show you this video that they sent us. this is incredible. You just got a referral. They're going to look you up on your website or on Google right then and there, and then you're set because that's your referral without even the patient realizing they're actually spreading the word for you. They just showed a video because they thought they were blown away by it. And
I love that idea that the patient would actually take out their phone and show somebody else. Look at the video I got from my dental office. Are you getting this?
Absolutely. Yeah, we find that a lot with like happy birthday videos or more fun videos, but it's just really sets it apart to see, hey, you know, this is what my dentist is doing. Is that this is like the adulting one.
Yeah.
People would share that. They'd be like, this is hilarious. I love this.
For sure.
You know, so, but yeah, making that personal touch with each provider always goes above and beyond. And it's an easy thing to do. And on top of that, you guys might be wondering, okay, well, do I have to manually send this out? It really depends on the software you have. You can actually automate a lot of this. So when you're talking about recall, if you have systems like RevenueWell or NextHealth or Lighthouse or Solution Reach or whatever those are, you'll be able to throw the video or an image of a video into your email that automatically send out appointment reminders. If going back, Lacey, I can't get over that sign. It like is just such a great example. But going back to that, in your appointment reminders, let people know, hey, we're under construction right now, or hey, we're getting a new sign. In the meantime, check out the video to see what our office currently looks like. You're at the right place to get you to the right place. That's an appointment reminder already automatically going out. You've just provided a video link. Post-op instructions, you provide a video link. And you're automatically sending out these messages without physically doing it yourself. It's so easy to do.
Super easy to do. So in talking about the birthday videos, I have to tell you a little story because I think this is perfect when you said it, you know, do it with your phone. So we had this client down in Louisiana. We had this client and they'd been a client of ours for a long time. They're always so super willing to do new things, exciting things, marketing things. And so we told them, you know, about the birthday videos. This was, I want to say it was like 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe longer. It was when the one of the super popular songs was out, the Superman or whatever that was. One of the super popular songs was out, and so we'd been giving that one. Yeah. So we'd been telling the office manager, hey, you guys need to make your birthday video, and you need to, you know, get it sent out to patients, but we'd like to see it first. So we kind of were badgering her, like, you need to get this done. So finally she sends us a link. She sends us an email with a link to the new birthday video. And I got to be honest, I was a little appalled. I was like, okay, you shot it with your phone. And then the doctor is in a cape and she's doing the thing. And I was just like, oh, this wasn't at all what I was thinking.
Oh, no, yeah.
So she says to us, I feel like we know our patient audience pretty well. Can we do a trial run on this? Can we do like 3 months and see if we get feedback on it? And we're like, yeah, I mean, you guys definitely know your patients better than we do. So the next time we came to visit them, we were at lunch with the entire team at a restaurant, and this lady was over sitting at a table kind of close by, and she kept staring. And finally the office manager said, she's one of our patients. So we all wave, you know. So after he's done with dinner, she comes over to the table. She says hi to everybody. And she says, hey, I got this bag for my birthday. Do you guys like it? And we're all like, yeah, it's a gorgeous bag. Happy birthday. We love your bag. And she goes, you know what I love better than my bag? My birthday video that you guys
Oh my God, that's amazing.
She put it up on her phone and she had kept it. And she showed it to everybody. And at that point, the office manager looks at me and I'm like, you win.
Mic drop.
I'm not even kidding. It was the best example of she saved the video. She showed it to everybody. She thought it was the best birthday video ever.
Yes. And honestly, Lacey, time and time again, I totally get it. Dentists are investing in technology. They have all this stuff in the office. They love, you know, they've been studying how to do surgeries. They know how to do it. They love the gory of everything. Your patients want a birthday video. Like, they want to have fun. They don't want to think about dental. They want to think about seeing you because they love you. But it's those, it's always blows my mind whenever we like are projecting videos for a client and we're like, well, you have to do a happy birthday one. And we'll tell them like the ridiculous idea that we have. And they'll be like, I'm not doing that. And it's like, I promise you, your patients are going to love it. And every time that patients come in, they say, I loved your happy birthday video. I loved that's always the top contender for any type of videos that we do. For sure. Because it's fun. It's, it's exciting. It's a moment. It's a memory and we even say every year, don't give them the same birthday video every year. Every year, do a new one. Recreate last year. Like do it again. So,
Dr. Elijah Brown's, because I love his.
Yes, I'll play his. His is my favorite too. Here it is.
Hey, we heard it was your special day. From all of us here at Dr. Elijah Brown Family and Implant Dentistry, we wanted to wish you a... Hey, who turned the lights out?
Happy birthday!
Vicky, did you pay the electric bill?
I love that so much. I've seen it a million times.
I love it.
It
never gets old. His video never gets old. I love it.
I love the end. Vicky, did you pay the electric bill?
Yeah.
It's so funny. But it's you're showing personality to your patients. They're gonna come in. They're gonna make that side joke. Like, did you guys pay your? Like it's funny. It's a good. They're gonna remember that forever versus the bill that you gave them. Right? They're gonna make that stand out and just have fun with it. Show your personality. Give your number at the end of it to make sure that they know how to contact you. To show that presence. Give your logo. But otherwise, just doing it and having fun is what really matters.
I mean, if you watch this and you're listening to us and you're thinking, I don't know, I just don't know. That seems kind of silly to me. We're more about dentistry. Think about the dance dentist. Think about that one little video.
Yeah.
That dancing dentist that he filmed on his own phone when the rest of the team was out to lunch. And now he's on the public speaking circuit. Like he's literally speaking around the country. So you don't happen to have that, do you?
I don't. I wish I could find it though. I could probably pull it up, but
I just think sometimes when we think Constantine, Dr. Constantine, sometimes when we think that may not have a place in the practice, or maybe that's not right for our patients. And agreed, that was a Facebook thing. They put it on Facebook. It's not like he sent it out to all of his patients, although I'm sure most of them would not have an issue with them sending it to them. It is building that relationship. It is showing the patients a different side of when you're just in the operatory with a mask and with gloves and loops. And it's showing them a whole different side of you and building that relationship with them.
Absolutely. Here, I can pull it up really quick. And, it is a sense of being patients love when you're vulnerable. Here we go.
Yeah, if anybody wants a definition of viral, that's it.
That's it. 39 seconds. That's it. That he just danced and like I was saying with vulnerable, you're showing your personality. You're making yourself human. Right. These patients can see you as their friend and be like, oh my gosh, Dr. Constantine, what are you doing? That's awesome. And just, oh my gosh, like you said, now he's on the public speaking, and that's amazing because a 39-second video put himself out there.
certainly not saying every dentist wants to get on the speaking circuit, just saying it's those small little things that make you more real, that make you more human, that make you more relatable, and that patients want to come back time and time and time and time again.
Absolutely. Well, on that, what do you think are the biggest opportunities for practices that are typically neglected?
I think, I say this a lot when I do this course, Your Practice Through the Patient's Eyes. Here's what I tell everybody. I want you to schedule a team meeting. And I want you guys to pair up, and each pair has a piece of paper. You're going to fold it in half lengthwise. One side is pros, the other side's cons. Everybody's going to start in the parking lot, and you're going to start marking down the things that we're doing really well, the pros, and the things that need attention, the cons. Okay. You're going to go through the parking lot and through the reception area. You're going to be the patient saying, "Hi, I'm here." You're going to go back to the operatories. You're going to walk the entire length of the practice. You're going to come back where I'm going to take your money and back out again. All the while marking down your pros and your cons, okay? And then you're going to come back together in a meeting space and throw the ideas up there. What are all of the duplicates, the multiples of the things that we're doing well, and what did everybody notice that needs attention? And then you go short term and long term. What can we fix almost immediately with the low budget? And then you do your medium and your long term. Oh, we need a brand new sign. That's going to be a couple, 10 grand or so. That's going to be more 6 months, 12 months down the road. And you do this exercise at least once a year, if not twice. The other thing that I always tell my teams, we just did this last week in Indiana, pick a team member, and in the middle of the day, the busiest time of day, go sit in the reception area. Just go sit in a reception area. Listen to the music. Listen to the chatter. What do you hear going on in the background? What are patients saying? And then if you can, go sit in an operatory in the office that's not being currently utilized. So you just go and you sit and you listen and you hear, and you're the patient hearing all of the things that they hear. Okay. And that's how you find those things. That's how you discover and then you implement. I'll give you an example. So I was sitting out in the reception area. It's an oral surgery practice, so everybody's a little bit nervous. Patients are in having surgery done. Parents are sitting out in the reception area waiting anxiously to hear that their child is okay, right? So I'm sitting there, and I Can't Drive 55 by Sammy Hagar comes over the speaker. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some Sammy Hagar. I went to several of his concerts. I think he's amazing. I'm not sure maybe that's the music we want to be playing. The next song that came on was this like 90s R&B Usher getting down. Like, what are we doing tonight? I get time and a place for it for well. So what I did is I went and I grabbed the office manager. I said, "Come sit out here with me. Just sit here." And she heard it as well. And she's like, "Oh, wow." And I said, "Now here's the thing. You guys have a huge TV right there that's turned off. Turn the speaker down out here." Because I asked about the music, and she said, "Well, the doctors, the oral surgeons, they pick the music because they're back there operating." I said, "I get that. Okay, let's turn the speaker off in the reception area. Let's turn this big, huge TV on to Calm TV or to a YouTube channel that has spa music with birds chirping in the background or a waterfall or something. Let's make it soothing for the people in the reception area, because out here it's about them, not the music that the doctor wants playing in the operatory when the patient is under sedation." So it's those little things that you have to pay attention to.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. Just experiencing it and listening and paying attention to every little moment that's happening. We even, with the videos, if you make videos or have videos, there's a software called Radiant. And you can literally, it's an HDMI you plug into your TV. I would assume the TV you have in your office has some kind of HDMI to it now. If not, maybe you should upgrade to a new TV. But what's great about that is you can add all of your videos or even slides of like educational content. So instead of having something where it's like stock videos or, like models or something talking about the services, that could be your opportunity to educate them. But to your point, you want to make sure it's a good experience. You can also add like transition slides that maybe have waterfalls or maybe have those calming features that are going on. But take the opportunity to be, as the doctors, be there in the lobby with them, letting them know like, hey, we offer sedation. Maybe the patient didn't know that, or talk about Invisalign, or talk about financial options, or write us a review. They're sitting there waiting. Maybe that's a great time to, make it easy for them to do that. So I think lobby loops are also a great thing, especially custom. But every office is different. It depends. If you're getting common questions too, great opportunity through a video or through a slide to have that in the lobby. But like we have a pediatric office or offices, and if we want to do a lobby loop for them, they're like, the kids want to watch cartoons. Absolutely. Do not put educational stuff on the TV. Let them watch their cartoons, let them enjoy their experience. But it just depends on who your patient base is and, making sure they have cater to their experience to make it them excited to actually be at in the lobby and not stressed and nervous about it.
Right. Absolutely.
Yay. Lacey, I feel like I could talk to you for hours and hours.
We could do this for days. We could do this.
It's always so fun to talk to you. And I know a lot that we went over can be really overwhelming. And so I guess if you want to, let's wrap it with some quick tips that you could give everybody to just take home with them. And then, I'll start at that. So if you like I said, it can be a little overwhelming. We've gone over a lot, but what are some tips that you can give our audience today to take home with them?
Well, I think I would go back to walk through your practice, look at it differently, find the key areas, schedule your team meeting and have the team kind of do that exercise a little bit. Take a look around you and look at it differently. Don't just look at it through your eyes, the things that you need. Look at it as I'm fixing to ask somebody for a large sum of money here. Is it quiet? Is it private? Is it personal? Is it clean and not full of clutter? How does the sterilization area look? I would say don't forget to go the extra mile. Those micro videos, the really comprehensive emails and text messages, following up with your patients, making sure that they don't drop off or that we don't lose them. Make this fun for you as well. Make this a nice, fun, clean, aesthetically pleasing environment for yourself as well.
Absolutely. And I would drive that home too. Do it online. Like if you're going to experience in the office, maybe start from start a dummy patient account and, book an appointment online. See the emails that they're getting, see the communications that they're getting. If you want to add videos or step up, have that. Look up the office online, drive the office based on those directions, and then to your point, walk through front to back and see what that end experience is from the beginning as well, to really drive it home and make the tweaks. If you had a weird feeling about that, change it. This is a great opportunity and your patients will appreciate you for it. And you don't know until you experience it yourself, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Lacey, you're always such a great person to talk to. And I know people might want one-on-one time with you as well. So how would they get in touch with you, or what do you want to tell them if they want to talk more about their patient's experience with you?
Yeah, I love questions. I want to hear your stories too. What has worked well for you? What have you guys implemented that you feel like is going above and beyond? I want to hear all of that. My email is on the screen for you guys. Email me. I'll be happy to just chat with you. We can schedule a complimentary 30-minute conversation, whatever works best for you. I love hearing your stories. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
I love it. I have her email right here on the screen if you guys want to reach out to her at any point, or feel free to leave comments below. We will be happy to answer those or direct them to Lacey so she can answer those for you. And you guys, it was great having you for lunch, Lacey. Thanks for eating with me.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. I'll have you back and we'll talk more about all this because there's so much more that we can talk about to make sure people are setting the bar high with their patients to keep them for life. We called it a lifetime patient formula, and that is with our EAT, Educate, Automate, and Target. And again, it comes back to having an unmatched experience for your patients. I'll be back here next Wednesday, Facebook Live. Visiting me next Wednesday will be Danny Lanieri with Swell. We're going to talk about how to generate a lot of reviews for your practice to stand out against competition. So again, thanks, Lacey, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.